Major shakeup at the Ferndale Police Department. One officer fired, and the chief suddenly decides to retire, all after the local 4 defenders start investigating.
If you want to characterize it that way, Ms. Drew, that's fine.
Good to have you with us tonight for Local 4 News at 6. The Ferndale Police Department has been in the spotlight for the past few months now.
A lieutenant was suspended a few months ago for not following protocol on a possible drunk driving case. The chief was criticized on how he let a drunk driver off after she blew twice the legal limit. And then most recently, a new case the local 4 defenders discovered.
And now, all of a sudden, the chief of police announces his retirement. We bring in Local 4 defender Karen Drew with our exclusive report. Karen.
Recently, I was tipped off about a Ferndale officer not following proper procedure. Documents I was able to obtain show Officer Keith Thibodeau violated a variety of rules, including immoral conduct, improper use of position, and lien usage, among many other violations. Now, the question I was asking is, why is he still on the job? And why does the chief allow this? Well, soon after I started asking those questions, both men are leaving the department. It's a major shakeup at the Ferndale Police Department after a 25-year veteran is kicked off the force. In a statement released by the city, Officer Keith Thibodeau violated several regulations, including unbecoming conduct, insubordination, inattention to duty, and incompetence. The defenders discovered the officer's termination was the last in a series of progressive disciplinary measures over recent years. In this report from September 2015, Officer Thibodeau violated a long list of policies, including immoral conduct and lien usage. At that time, the officer got a 10-day suspension without pay. He was warned if a similar situation occurred, he would be fired. According to paperwork, similar allegations did occur back in August of last year, but nothing was done. After I started asking questions in mid-March, some 7 months after the incident, Officer Thibodeau finally responded to the violations on March 29th. A few days later, he was terminated.
Yes, any questions?
So the question remains, why didn't Chief Timothy Collins take action against Officer Thibodeau? My request for an interview denied. Instead, the chief suddenly announced his retirement last night at the city council meeting.
I felt this was a one-time.
This isn't the first time the chief was under fire. Recently, the defenders exposed how he was caught on video letting a drunk driver, who was also the mother of a police officer, off after blowing twice the legal limit. When I sat down with him a few months ago, he defended his actions. Did it matter that her son was a Detroit police officer?
I think it did, to the extent that I knew I had somebody responsible I could turn it over to.
Now, no one is talking. The last words in the issued statement from the mayor, quote, "New leadership during this review would be more effective." I also did find out the chief will receive his full salary until the end of November, even though he will be retired on Friday. I did post the city's full statement, along with some of the information that was gathered in some of those reports that I got under the Freedom of Information Act that really basically started this investigation to Officer Thibodeau.
So these allegations surrounding the officer, though, what else do we know about those?
Well, it's very complicated. My sources and inside people are telling me that there was some questions on how he was doing his job, using lien specifically. Under my request, they didn't allow us to share all those reports, so they only used some very vague terms. They wouldn't allow all that information released to the public, but we are going to still stay on this, and once we get more information, we'll share it with you.
All right, Karen.